Good morning, traders. It's 8:12 a.m. Chicago time on Thursday, the 7th of April, 2016. This broadcast is starting late. I apologize. Had a bit of a delay making it into the office today. Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss. It is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. The overall sentiment overnight is again um, back to the risk-averse side, but the downside for equities and energies and so on is not that high, with the product that is dominating the downside from yesterday's close being the Russell down 0.54%. Nothing's over 1%. The market is in balance right now. Uh, the suspects for flight to safety are doing their exact thing that we're expecting. They're positive. The Bund, the 10-year note, the U.S. dollar index, the U.S. bond, gold, and the yen are all in positive territory, with gold and the yen being very, very strong. A very, very big yen move overnight. Um, Something that is likely to play out throughout the day today. There's more and more news coming out of Japan with the potential failure of their Abenomics program, but we'll see how that plays out. But overall, that's what we've got. Let me go over yesterday's trader bite here real quick. Um, Sorry, it's just coming in late just throws everything off. I'm not going to be trading for at least the first hour today because of this situation. Um, I just don't want to put myself at risk. Here we go. Okay, so share screen. So here we have it. This was expected to be the primary hypothesis today. Um, Overall, the expectation was for the market to open in range, to find resistance up in the 2049 area, but generally it's expected to chop around and drop lower down to 2025. That was the primary hypothesis, which clearly didn't work out. The secondary hypothesis, hang on. The secondary hypothesis is exactly what happened. We end up pushing lower, failing to hold low prices, then push through into the gap zone. We ended up actually pushing all the way through to 2057 on the meeting minutes, and back into the big composite up there. So that was the plan for Hypo 2, and it happened in a very, very impulsive, very strong move up yesterday, which clearly does not make it fun to trade it. So as we look at this, we see that it has attempted to drop. Oh, that color's no good. It has attempted to drop, and then it became very impulsive. It pushed right through the value range. Yesterday, it kind of knocked a few people, I'm sure, on their heels, and pushed right into the gap zone. It held the gap mid, which was 51 and a quarter on the first test. The first test right here is 51 and a quarter. Small rotation down, chop around, and it went right to the top of the gap zone. Again, the gap zone the low of is the low of Monday and the high of Tuesday right here, marked with this gray area. Again, this gap zone is a flex level. Um, in any case, it pulls all the way through, comes back, and it closes the gap zone from the other side in one swift move as well, completing this gap. So this gap is going to be removed, pulls all the way back to almost the mid, and then it starts to walk up into the MC point of control, the key MC point of control up in this area at 57. And then we have above it right here which is also the overnight high. That is the composite point of control. That is the most traded price since October 9th of 2013, or the beginning of this latest swing up. The most traded price is right up here at 61.75. Now, so this is likely to be a key area. I'm expecting a lot of chop in this area. For today, let's take a look at the overnight session. The overnight session gives us a clear double distribution on pretty good volume. It is scrambling to move away, move higher. It's not able to find buyers at this point. The expectation is probably before we even open, the expectation is this is likely going to push down, continue to push down through this LVN zone and back towards the 2045 area from a couple days ago. It was that value area. I expect it to continue to push lower here. The overnight session gives us a clear, a low volume node in between the two distributions. Right here at 2052, 75, 2053, and it's backed up by 2057 right up here. So the expectation today is if it does attempt to go back to the close yesterday. Yesterday we closed at 29.50. The expectation is it's likely to see some pretty decent resistance in this initially in this LVN area at 53 and then 57. I expect the market to chop to it and come back off and start to walk itself down. But overall, the overnight session is giving us a very clear double balance area. These areas provide the highest level of opportunity, in my opinion, and the way I view the market. They show us where the market saw good value or saw a fair price, and then it shows us where they end up pushing through and settling in to what is currently a fair price, and we can easily detect whether the sentiment has changed through price and volume. We can easily detect whether the sentiment has changed or not um, based on whether or not they get over that low volume node at 53. So 53 is the over underline right now, with 54.75 being the mid of the overnight session. So this, as it if it pushes up, and I think the best opportunity this morning for short-term traders, to be honest with you, the best opportunity is a push up failure at this LVN for a rotation down, balance, push up, and then rotate down. The rotation down is likely to be fast. I wouldn't call it fast and furious, but it's likely to be fast, and that's the best opportunity right now. That would be the big trade of the day. So the hypotheses. Let's shift this over. The hypotheses right now. Pulling in our micro composite here. The primary hypothesis for today is a choppy open where we are. So we're likely to chop around. I expect that it's likely to make an attempt higher. I'm going to look for failure in the 53 area, if not against 57, the MC point of control, and then a rotation down back down to 40.50 for a key target below. That would be hypo number one. Hypo number two is, again, we're opening in the heavy part of the profile yesterday. We're basically rejecting the upper areas. We still have we do not have a point of control at the high. That's a significant thing to note, but we still had an auction that's incomplete, and it continued to drift up overnight, which is normal. But for hypo number two, I'm looking for a chop A potential push down early, finding balance, and then rotating up. And then I expect it to just basically rotate in this range. Yesterday was a wide-ranging day, so I expect that there's a possibility that today would be a chop day. Those are your two key possibilities, early possibilities for the day. The better opportunity, of course, is an attempt higher and a drop, as I said, for Hypo 1. Hypo 3 is to test down, attempt to hold prices down below, finding buyers, and then reasserting the buyers reasserting their dominance here as they are dominant above 2015.75, 2019, and 2025. Those are pretty good support areas for buyers at the moment, and then continuing the drive up to that 64.75 monthly high. We're still one time framing upwards on the week so far, but on the weekly, we one ticked the LVN, and we still have a lot of room to end the one-time framing for the weekly. So, what that means in layman terms is the trend is really on the buy side for now. It's for the short term. Okay. Anyway, pardon the lateness and pardon the kind of dissipated thinking here, but I figured it would be better to do something this morning than to not do a video at all. Good luck, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care.